That's right. We have to learn to take up space. Take up space, take up space, take up space. And that's what I've been thinking about this thoughtful Thursday. I've been thinking about how am I taking up space? How am I showing up as the person God has created me to be? And I want you to ask yourself that same question. How are you showing up? Are you playing small? Are you waiting for everything to just be perfect and just be right before you go out and you seek that dream, that you go for the dream, that you go for the thing that's in your heart? How are you doing that? If you're anything like me, I know sometimes I play small. I play small. And nothing or nobody is stopping me but myself. And so that's one of the reasons that I wanted to start doing this Thoughtful Thursday. I wanted to show up for myself. I wanted to make sure that my voice is heard when it comes to speaking about matters of the heart, matters of mental health. I wanted my voice to be heard when it comes to sharing good news, when it comes to sharing transparent news, when it comes to really showing people that no matter where you start, no matter where you are in life, there is always hope. There is always a dream. It's important for us to uproot those dreams. Maybe there's something that you've wanted to do in your life and you run from it. You've said, oh, it's just too late. It's not my time. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm here to tell you now that God has put inside of you a vision, a dream, a passion, and a purpose to share with the world. That's very important. You have to know that that you matter, that your healing matters, that your wholeness matters. So there is a purpose and a mission deep inside of you. My purpose and mission is to help people to look at themselves, to redesign their mind, to go after the things that they want. And I know that it starts from within. You have to start on the inside. The work is an internal work. It's a work of being aware of who you are, what your hopes, what your dreams, what your passions are, being aware of that. And then once you're aware of that, you want to take action. You want to say, you know what? This is what I have, this is what's in my heart to do. This is something that I'm very passionate about. This is something that I'm going to do because I know that it's my gift to share to the world. And so you have to decide on what action you want to take. And then after you do that, of course, like I always say, action leads to transformation. And one thing that really helps me is knowing that I don't have to conform to the patterns of this world. The way things have always been, I don't have to conform to that. I can be transformed by renewing my mind. And that's a portion of scripture that stands in my heart so deeply. Whenever I feel discouraged, whenever I don't know what to do, I remind myself, hey, you don't have to conform to the patterns of this world. You don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, that you can transform your mind. And the first part of that is being able to look at the person in the mirror. Sometimes it can be challenging to do that because we see the things that people don't see. We have to acknowledge those voices that speak negatively. We have to acknowledge that. And so once we do that, then we learn that, hey, look, nobody can change me but me. Nobody can define me but me. So it's very important for us to recognize that, to realize that, you know what? I am the one who creates the life that I want. I am the one who is living out God's divine purpose in my life. So it's important for me to show up, to stand up, to embrace the uniqueness. And when you stop and think about it, Each of us is fearfully and wonderfully made. That means that out of all the 8+ billion people in this world, there's nobody like you. Nobody. And so it's very important for us to recognize that and realize that. So don't sleep on yourself. We're not going to play small anymore. We are going to take up space. Take up space. Take up space. I don't care what narratives or what stories were told about you, whatever your experiences were growing up. Look at it. Face it. Heal. Seek professional help. It's okay. That's the sign of a smart, wise person. Someone who says, you know what? I'm seeing some things, I'm feeling some things that just do not sit well within me. And I need to address this. So I want to encourage you to do that. I have a few things that just maybe three, I'm going to try to keep it to three tips that I've written down. And the first one is to understand the impact of shrinking. When we shrink and we don't take up space, the brain shrinks, right? And so that means that we don't have the capacity to live to our fullest potential. So we want to make sure, number one, understanding that when we avoid things, our brain shrinks, and our brain was designed to expand because of neuroplasticity. It doesn't matter what has happened. Our brains can expand. Our brains can rewire. We can rewrite the narrative. Whether you were abused physically, mentally, emotionally, when you face it, when you address those issues, your brain will rewire. And it's not because anybody said that it would. It's because of the science of our brain. It's because of neuroplasticity. It is possible. You can change. You can live the life that you desire. Now, it's not going to just happen overnight. There's going to take some work. And the first part of that work is developing an action plan. Okay. And so after we recognize that playing small also is a trauma response, each of us has a story. Each of us have had certain experiences in life that have made us feel bad about ourselves or judge ourselves or isolate from other people or be mean to ourselves, right? And so typically that is a trauma response. And trauma means different things to different people. So let's understand that. Trauma means different things to different people. In essence, what it is that trauma is something that we don't have the capacity to manage. We don't have the emotions to manage it. So trauma comes in different forms. And I'm not going to get into all of that today, but I do want you to understand that what may be trauma for me may not necessarily be traumatic for you. And so after we do that, I want us to recognize that taking up space is a responsibility. It's not a flex. It's not even about ego. Taking up space means that I'm showing up for myself. And when I show up for myself, I show up for others. I show up for the world. I show up for my community. Okay. And the only way that you can take up space and take responsibility for the space that you are taking up is to be honest with yourself, be transparent with yourself. I like Bob Marley said, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So to me, that means you can show up and you can fool everybody on the outside, but you're dealing with yourself on the inside. And I can promise you that when you start facing these things, when you look at yourself through the lens of compassion, life changes. Life changes. And it's so beautiful to be able to do that. So I want to encourage you to take up space. Take up space. Take up space and know that when you do this, you're helping yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, in all areas of your life. I thank you so much. Those were just some of my thoughts. And I am showing up I am taking up space. And so I would love for you guys to continue this journey with me. Let's continue showing up here on Thoughtful Thursdays. I will be here. I will be here because it's my mission, passion, and purpose to help people to live their best life. I thank you so much for your time. Go out there, take up space, make it a phenomenal day. Thank you so much. Take care, and I will see you next Thursday.